what and how I'm going to go about it. First thing is, doing it for the first time after a long time, so I'll not be speaking much during the test. But yeah, let me brief you with regards to what maybe one should do before the test, what is to be done during the test, and maybe I'll sit after the test and a little bit more in regards to what was my thought process during the test. So yeah, so some things are known. We know there are three sections in the paper: verbal, DILR, mathematics. So need to plan with regard to how the paper is. Two things that you need to do before the paper is what I believe. One is mentally prepare for the exam. I mean, think about it, what you expect, what you're planning to do with regards to the exam. And secondly, pour in your mind with regards to what is the strategy that you plan to follow during the exam. Just, I mean, what happens if it's a bad scenario, good scenario, etc. Just go through it. I mean, the focus when you solve a test, I believe, should be strategy rather than maybe the score. If you follow the right strategy, that could help maybe reduce the stress and maybe help you perform in the examination better. So first, yeah, as I said, the first is try to create a right mindset during the examination as far as possible. Normally, for me, when I write the test or write the mock or write the exam, okay, maybe having under expectations does work for me. So not expecting too much, just go write the paper, how much ever I know I write, and then come out of it. That has normally worked for me as far as the examination is concerned. Considering the fact that I've written the exam, I don't write mocks technically. I mean, normally I don't write any mocks as such. I only write the actual CATs. And yeah, my performance has not been bad. We have scored 100% 6 times, so fairly comfortable with the exam. But yes, uh, considering that this is a live exam, I'm not expecting myself to perform that well. Let me break up into sections. Verbal is my weak area. So I'm normally, when I solve the verbal, at least in the examination perspective, I'm not a very fast reader, but I try to understand what I read and try to solve as many as possible questions. I mean, as many questions as possible. So the whole idea is solve a lot of questions. Even if my accuracy is a little bad, I can still maybe manage to score a okay percentile. I'm not expecting a very high percentile. Now, considering that I'm not into reading, now what I've noticed as far as verbal is concerned is if I'm regularly reading, I mean, 2 or 3 months before the CAT exam, my verbal scores normally are very high. But if I don't read on a regular basis before the CAT, my verbal scores are low. So my verbal scores purely goes on how frequently I read. So considering that I'm not been reading now on a regular basis, I'm not expecting a high score in verbal. So maybe a 60 or 70 or a odd percentile would be fine as far as verbal is concerned. I mean, it's just that I plan to solve it. I mean, the funda behind my verbal, the way I solve it is, okay, read, go with the options, eliminate the options whichever are not possible, and mark the answer whichever I feel is correct. If I'm confused between two options, I tend to go with an option which is more closer to the central idea of the passage. That's how I go about it. But yeah, funda is that I try to avoid going back to passage as far as possible. I mean, I do go back sometimes, but avoid it. And as I said, the whole thing works on elimination of options. As I said, when I've been reading regularly as far as before the CAT, my percentiles in verbal have crossed 99.9 as well in the actual CAT. But yes, when I'm not been reading, my percentiles have dropped down to 70 percentile as well. So that means the scores in verbal as far as the examination goes is a lot to do with how much you read and what you read. So if you are preparing for CAT, my recommendations ensure that you read on a regular basis till the examination time. That's the most important part of your preparation for the CAT exam, because it not only helps you in the verbal section, but helps you in other two areas as well. Okay, so my expectation verbal is not much. I'll just solve and move ahead. And the pure reason is because I've not been reading. I mean, as I said, my verbal scores are purely a function of reading. I don't do anything else. Coming to DILR as such, next, again, DILR, I mean, I've been technically been good at in DILR. I've scored 100% in DILR section as well quite a few times, I mean, say 5-6 times as such. So technically good, but yes, again, a live session would create an additional stress to some extent, and considering DILR, a lot depends on a stress factor. If the stress factor goes a little high, the scores can drop drastically. If you can relax during the examination and still try to solve, your scores can go up. So I try to solve as best as possible. But yes, considering that it's a live session, I don't know how it will go about, because you need a lot of paper, to write and solve. I've seen people doing, and I'm amazed at how they do it on a computer. But yes, I'll try to do it as far as possible. So even a 99 percentile in a DLR section or a 98 around that should be a good enough bet. And same goes with quant. I mean, again, live session, so a 99 would be a good bet for a quant section. So overall, even if I get a 98, 99 would be right. That's what my thought process. I'm just trying to build my idea behind it. Now, as I said, my verbal whole strategy is my accuracy in fill in the blanks is high. My accuracy in parajumbles is low. So I'll solve the parajumbles in the end. That is if I get time. So I'll start with fill in the blanks. Okay. Then I'll go with reading, that is reading comprehension, 4 sets of passages. I will try to solve in line. I'm not going to select the passages because my idea is to solve all the 4 RCs. But in case if I don't understand a specific RC, I will skip it. And when I'm reading, if I have no idea with the flow, I will skip it. Yeah, normally what I do is if I don't understand, I read it again once more, not the whole thing. Suppose I read one para, I don't understand the para, I read the para again so that I understand it. But after reading once, twice, thrice in the middle of the passage, if I don't understand, I'll skip it. Else, the whole idea is to solve the 4 RCs in a line. I mean, whatever 4 RCs are there, and then solve para summary because that's continuation of reading. In the last, maybe go to para. So that's the strategy. I mean, I would expect myself to minimum solve 2 cylinder blanks and 4 RCs. That will be good, decent as such. If I can solve even a para summary, which is good, para jumbles will be a bonus. So that's how the whole plan for verbal goes. But yes, my mindset is even if my verbal goes bad, it should not affect my other sections. That should always be the case. My DLR goes bad, it should not affect my con section. My verbal goes bad, it should not affect my DLR section. Now coming to DLR, I normally go with 1 set at a time. So I'll try to solve the first set. Normally, I recommend people to go to all these sets, or I recommend students because people normally solve 1 or 2 sets. I tend to solve, I mean, it is, you can say, a negative feature for me because of the ego issue. I tend to goof up sometimes in the logic section. But yes, I'll still go one by one. I start with the first set, try to solve it. If I find it tough and I find it too long, I'll skip it. Otherwise, if I find it solvable, I'll solve it. I mean, 2 conditions when I leave a set, I start solving it, I feel like it will take a long time to me or I'm not getting it, I leave the set. Or if I find it too long to read, I mean, the set is extremely long and I feel reading it will take a long time, I'll skip it. Else, I'll go line by line. I mean, first set, second set, third set, fourth set. After the second set, I'll look at the time, I'll see how much time is left. Then maybe I'll choose one from the third or fourth, or I'll go in line as such. Coming to con section, again, I'll go with the line. And normally, again, I say, recommend students to go to all the questions first and then select the question, say easy, medium, tough. In my case, I will try to solve in line. First question first, second question second, third question third. Again, the same condition. If the questions are long to read, or if the questions are difficult, I find it, I'll keep it for the second term. I will try to complete the first round in around 30 to 35 minutes. So I have the last 5 to 10 minutes to come back to questions which I've left for the second round. That's what my strategy as far as the paper is concerned. So I'm not keeping any target in terms of number of questions, either in quant or in DLR. I mean, yeah, obviously I have to solve at least 1 set in DLR. More than that, I'll go with the flow as such. The point of keeping target is normally increases stress levels. I do have a fair idea of a strategy which I need to follow. So I'll follow that strategy in place. Number of questions will depend upon the toughness of the paper. If the paper is easy, I may solve more questions. If the paper is tough, I will solve less questions. Okay, that is a brief idea with regards to the whole paper, which is again, I may not be speaking too much because not used to be maybe speaking. Maybe once I get used to maybe in some other live sessions, I'll try to speak more on that aspect. I will try and speak wherever verbal, since my weak area, I don't know, I may not speak at all. But maybe in Diala and Quant, I may just add up to a little bit more on the whole session. Right. I think that should do with regards to the briefing. I'll continue and maybe we'll speak again once the test is over. Right. So I'm solving SimCAT 13. So I will start with the session. Stop. The first two, it can't be answered because it's talk of researchers. this pressure issue. So we are talking about pressure. Yeah, so third looks like more option because it talks about first, second can't be. First, second talks about climate change. This damage. Second, first and third not possible. Can you second or fourth? One. This damage, maybe the found that smoking can harm. So fourth one looks more correct. So we'll go forward. Right. So I'll go with RCs next. I'll search for RCs. Normally it's a multiple of four, so I will go with four. Yeah, I will vote is RC. Yeah, first eight are general. Let's go with RC.
So your screen is not visible. Can you please share it?
How do I share it? Can you tell me how do I share it?
Yeah, you can see in the panel there is one tab which should share screen.
Okay, you want to go on the Zoom, right?
Yeah.
Right. Sorry, my mistake. Share the test now. Yeah, can you see me now?
Yes, yes, it's visible. Yeah.
So this, yes, first one, yes. One accept, opposite. Second also, yes, sort of. Yeah. Yeah, I think the third one is where, because some scientists say there's something happened before, and some people say that it happened during the this one. So I'll go with the third. So Whiffs of Oxygen talks about that there was oxygen before 2.4 billion years. Fourth, no. First, no. Third looks more likely, because if there are other sedimentary rocks which can form the signature, then also this can also, oxygen can also be formed, right? So I'll go with that. Contracting the facts arguments of the passage. Passage talks about how oxygen is formed. I think third is where the problem comes, because we talked about life came after oxygen, but I don't need the central accumulation of oxygen. Fourth looks also fine. Contract the facts arguments in the passage. I think fourth. No accumulation of oxygen. Whether it talks about there were accumulation of oxygen. Third or fourth. I'll go with right. Normally, if I'm not sure, mark the questions of paper and then look at, like same as mark for review. I don't put mark for review, but I put mark on. Last line is fourth one. Fourth is the last line. Great oxygen interaction with the earth and life that transformed the this one. But what the question? Main argument. So I'll go to fourth because it's the last line. So I'm not sure about it. Verbal, I normally go with a little bit of understanding the central idea and marking the answers. Talking about numbers, sense basically. Third, no. Number sense concern numbers and not other quantities such as height, weight as well. Numbers are the innate ability to pursue numerical quantities, distinct from systems. This looks like last line. Main argument of the passage. But it doesn't talk about numbers. It's about whether people have numbers or not. Not third, no? I think first is no. Which of the following statement contrary the argument of the passage? First contradicts. Second also, I think. Second is fine. Third is not contradicting. Fourth is not contradicting. First, it's affected by that. That's what is mentioned in the passage. Paragraph 4. Study. Two screens. Okay. Describing something maybe makes a difference. I think first. Number requires specific way of describing the things. Because then you have to, because the way you describe a thing will make a difference of how you count. Imprecision number, that's one thing. In second one. Okay, the following cannot be inferred, cannot be from the Wolf law. The second can be inferred. Third maybe can be inferred. Yeah, they talked about it. That also can be inferred. First is not inferred. Let's go back. Benefit mode. Not true regarding aging. Second is true. Fourth maybe because again modern in this one. Yeah, but fourth is true. Second is true. Exclusive retirement? No. There can be other factors. So disease of civilization. Disease of civilization maybe we look at confirm. I'll just read it, but anyway. Um, yeah. Much of aging comes from misunderstanding of the effect of we can infer that all of them treatment true would help weaken and accept. Two negatives will give you positive. And we look at what supports. No, first no. Wrapping the environments to match the structure of randomness found in nature. Comfort focused products continue to grow and their usage becomes more widespread. Maybe individuals learn better differentiate between mileage and no. I think third. I think third is what supports. Can be inferred from the passage that author is not likely to support the view that not that negative is always a problem, not likely. Inherent quantity in living organism for allowing them to benefit can yes and I don't know second the development of synthetic materials for living and non-living complete elimination of stresses from human life. Stressors. This contradicts whatever not likely to support. Can't eliminate. Completes. Okay. Tied to wealth concentration among elites. That is currently, and the spending habits, main argument. Okay, first, I don't know whether main different economic factors including recession and then no, but that was only a short program. Uh, Stem from low hanging technology push mobile depletion. Okay, the contrast current pace of innovation. Long-term is handled long term. Yeah, I think the fourth one is what is the main idea very clearly because that growth was mainly because of geopolitical problems. It was inferred from the passage that all of the following fueled the goal. First, yes, advanced. Second also looks like yes, third. Fourth also looks less. So all four looks less. I think third I would say among whether they contributed to 20th century, I don't think so. Possible that the advances we saw in very quick wins and was further much harder. Weaken the argument. From the golden quarter where the result of long-term research and development efforts added quick. Second looks what it supports. So I mean, proves it weakens the argument. The golden quarter, such as like a low-hanging fruit, right? Easy to get innovation. Have continued, but not as much as this one. So I think it's the second one, which is according to the author, down to an answer. For the moment. I think all four. But since Rash is mentioned about okay, Post 1970s. So 1970s there was the economic downturn. Uh, but it was short term. Difficult to say. I mean, I'm not very sure about the answers, but going with that. I'll go with a para summary next. 5 minutes left. Let's do this. I'll see if there is some easy questions which are there. 1, 2, 5, 6. Elements. Aren't in as many forms can inspire deep. I think 1, 4, 3, 2. Because 1 is where it starts. 4 talks about life, which is connected to third, understanding. However, I'll go with that. 8 and first are no. Yeah, so it is popular leaders 2 it talks about first. Then it talks about 3 priorities remove public, but 4 problem is that so instead of only removing, you have to also do alternative as well. So that I'm just doing this one because you can finish faster. So 1 and 4 starts, and then comes with 2 and 3. One, 4, 2, 3, I think. I have time for brain is too big to solve. First and second doesn't look like the answer. Reading and writing are unnatural acts made possible. How to translate? Okay, I've solved most apps. Just 12 seconds. So I've finished the verbal section. Solved 22. Let's see. Here we go on with. I am finding it difficult to move. I can move this. Mm, I need. Can I remove this? I don't know. Okay, let's anyway go on with it. Too long. As I said, if it's too long to read, it may take a long time to understand. So I'll skip this, though it doesn't look to be very tough. But for now, I will skip. I'm finding it difficult to. Six question. This shorter version, so I can try this off. SH Lakers arranged a total 16 tracks on 10 days in the month of June. In July. So June, 4 Saturdays, 4 Sundays, and July. On each of the 10 days, SSG arranged a track on at least one of the following three places. It was arranged on Saturday, 3rd June. Sunday, 3rd July. Was to arrive. So 5 days it was 1. So 5 days it was 1. So total 16 in 10 days. So plus 6. So 1 day it should be 3 hopefully. And in 2 days it should be 4. 8, 9, 10, 11 plus 5, 16. Yeah. On exactly 2 days tracks were arranged to. So add and ask on 2 days only. The number of tracks arranged to and was more than that of R. It was more than A. Oh, sorry, finding it difficult to write. Following facts are known about tracks. Tracks on all the three places were arranged on 24th June. Yes, there was this one. So if I take 4th June, then 10, 11, then 17, 18, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 24, 25, 24 plus 7 is 31. That is second. Wait, 3 plus June, right? Plus 7, 10, plus 7, 17, plus 7, 24, plus 7, 31 will be on first, is it? Saturday. How can we first? Just 1 minute. Second, no. It will be on 2nd July. Yeah, sorry, my mistake. all the three places on 24th June. On 17th June, treks through Adra as well as on 17. Adra and us. Trek to unknown was not arranged on 11th. On Adra trek was arranged on 18 June also. Trek to us was never arranged on 2 consecutive days. 2 consecutive days no. Right, so we have these days. Now let's see. So exactly AN and AS was 2 days. Right, and we know that on 4 days 2 went, 5 days single went, and 1 day all 3 went. So we already taken 1 day all 3. Now they said AN is more than AD is more than AS. Right, so AN is, we already know AD is more on first and last day 2, on 17th is 3, on 18th is 4. So we already know 4 days of AD at least. It can be more on that. Let me try to understand. On how many days did SG? We know 4 days. How many tracks were arranged to given 10 days? AD, AN. So maximum was an AN. Okay. And AS can be between 8 days a day. AS can be 3. AN can be 7 or 8. AS is at least 3 because ADAS is here, all 3 is here. So AS has to be either 4th or 10th. One of them is AS. So AS is definitely 3. Right? Which means I'm left with 13 for these two. So I'm left with 13 for these two with AN more than AS. So already AD3 is there. It can be 7, 6. It can be 8, 5. It can be 9, 4. Let's try. 2 AD alone already is there. So AN has gone with AS 2 plus it's gone to all the 3. So next will be AN and AD will be twice. If AN and AD is twice, so AD is twice out here. AD is individual twice and 1. So AD is at least 5. So it can be either 5, 8 or 7, 6. These two combinations.
Sir, please share your full screen.
How do you share that? Can you tell me how do I share it?
Yeah, in that panel only.
Okay, Zoom. Okay, huh.
Yeah.
1 minute. I need to. How do I go to Zoom? Here, your new share. Screen share. Can you see the full screen now?
Yes, it's visible.
Yeah, thanks. So it can be 8, 5 or 7, 6. So I would go with so AD went with all to 4. AD 2 out here, 3 with all 3, 2, 5 here definitely. 5, 8 is possible, 7, 6 is possible. AD individual went out here, AD individual went out here. AN did not go. So ADAS can go out here. It can be 7 or 8. I'll put 7, but I'll come back to it. On which of the following dates only one track was arranged, and that too AS. So AS there was one track arranged. So it has to be either 4th or 10th. Right? So I'll go mark it 10th. If AS1 is arranged, only AS. That means 5 may say 2 will be AN, 2 will be AD. Right? And so 2 AD out here, 1, all 3, 3, 5. So AD went to 5. So AN would go to 8. So I'll go to previous one. I'll go to 8. Can it be 8? No, it cannot be 8. It has to be 7 if 3 is there. I'm still not sure. I'm just mark 7 because there's a reason, because there 2 AD went alone twice, 1 AS went alone 3. No, but AD went with AS 2 times, so for AD will be 4 times. I'll go back. I've missed something. There was one, the only trek that was arranged on Saturday, 3rd June. So this can be double. So here AS could also come, AD and AS. So which means AD took 4. So if it's 4, so this will be 12. 12 will be 7 and 5. 12. Which are the following pair of dates consist both dates on which AS was not arranged. If AS was arranged on 10th, it can't be arranged on 11th. 17 was arranged. 3rd June was not arranged, and 24th all 3 were arranged. So 24th is not possible. 17 is not possible. So 10th June it was definitely arranged. Oh, I'm gone wrong completely in that case. I'll read it once more. If not, then I'll move on. They were in 2 consecutive calendar, that's fine. Tracks from all the 3 places were arranged on 24. So 24, all the 3, that means AS was 24, that is there. On 17 June, tracks to AD as well as AS was arranged. So 17 was arranged, so 17 is not possible. So 18 for sure. And 1st July. One, two, three, 4. So AS was not arranged on 10th, was not arranged on 18th. 10 June was definitely not arranged. 10 June not arranged. Let's go back. Going back. I'll go last question, then we'll go back. Which are following the best gives schedule of the tracks on 10 June? 10 June, only AN is possible. Yeah. Only AN is possible, or AN, AD but not AS. AD should be one more day. I'll come back to it. I'll just go back to the question and then I'll come back to this later on. But one question which I solved wrong, let me go that. 10, 6 was right, 7 was right, 8. One track and that two, yes. Can't be 10th, not there. 24, 18 even. 11 not possible, 25th not possible. Last I'll read and then I'll go to next. Text 1780 AS were arranged on Trek on was not arranged on 11 June. So AD was not arranged. AN was not on 11 June. Trek was arranged on 18 June also. Okay, that is right. And Trek 2 AS were never arranged on 2 consecutive days. So all looks right. So somewhere answers also look right, but somewhere I'm not convinced. We'll go to next. Less data, so let's go on with it. File levels again. Six players in each of the 5 rounds. Okay. As a person, maximum number of points that can be earned in that level. Okay. Number of points earned by Bhushan in level 4 is double. Bhushan level 4 is double of level 3. Number of points scored by Devendra in level 2, 1 and 5 in that order and AP. Common difference greater than 0, increasing. Ganesh scored equal points in level 1 and 2. Okay, now that we can then find out. If Ganesh scores equal point in level 1 and 2, which is level 1 blue up 1, 50% and 40%. Right? So Ganesh scored 50% in level 1 total and 40% in level 2 total. So number of points has to be ratio of 40 is to 50 or 4 is to 5. So level 2, level 1. So level 1 should be more. Number of points scored by Devendra in level 2, 1 and 5 in that order, 2, 1, 5. Or in AP with a common difference greater than 0 means increasing. So L1 has to be more than L2. And you are meaning Ganesh scored equal points in level 1 and 2. So level 1 is first, level 2 is second. So 50 points in level. By Devendra for my mistake. But this is Devendra's score in AP. So this is L1, L2 is in the ratio of 4 is to 5. My mistake. So L1 is a multiple of 4, L2 is a multiple of 5. Now going to Devendra. Devendra scored L1 90%, L2 he has scored 40%. So 4. So Devendra, if I look at it, he has scored 90% of 4, 40 let's say. And here he has scored 40% of 50. 90% of 40 is 36 and 40% of 50 is 20. L2, L1, obviously. And then the last one he scored L5. L5 he has scored, Devendra has scored 65%. So he's got 65% of something. And that will be in AP. This is L1, L2. So L5 will be higher than that. Now, repeat. Devendra scored L2 20, but Yeah, 36 is scored from 20-36 ratio. With 20-36 increase of 16, 46-54. Multiple of 13 on anyway. And if I look at Bhavesh, L4 is twice of L3 motion. So L4, L3 has got the same score. So total of L4 is double of L3. So L4, L3, this is X, this is 2X total. And L1, L2, okay, if this is 5 or 4Y, this is 5Y. And L5 will get, if the sum of the points scored by Chandru is 5, Chandru is less than that by Ajit. I will have to find exact or approximate points. All a couple of things I've not taken into consideration: integers. I'll just look at Devendra. 5 in 5, Devendra scored 65%. 65% of whatever should be 54. But it doesn't go because 60 is the multiple of 13. 52 would become my mistake. 52. So 52 will give you 52 upon 65 is 4/5. 13, 26, 4/5. 80. Yeah, so this is what you get. So it means if total points of L2 is 40, 50, this becomes 80. So which means L4, L5 has a higher weightage. The sum of the points scored by Chandru in the 5 levels. Anything else I missed? 1 to 5 is given, 4 and 3 is given, 1 and 2 is given. Nothing else is given. Natural number, that's what is given. Chandru. Chandru has scored high in second and fourth. Okay, quite high. Whereas Ajit has scored comparatively lower. One he has scored higher. Second, Chandru has scored higher. Third, fourth, 10%, but fifth May he is up by almost 25%. Fifth has a higher weightage and Ajit has scored much higher in fifth. Okay, let me say 40. Ajit and Chandru in A. Chandru has scored less in A and less in 5. Second, he has scored high, 20% higher. Fourth, he has scored high, 10%. So I think Ajit is more. Less than Ajit, true. And if some of the points scored by Devendra in the 5 levels, you can do it as more than Bhushan. If you look at Devendra and Bhushan, Bhushan has scored high in 1. 5 has a high weightage. Devendra has scored high. Bhushan has scored high in 1. Level 2 is same. Level 3 again, Devendra is high. Level 4 same. So Devendra is high in 3. Devendra is high in 1. And Bhushan is high in 5. So Devendra must have scored higher. So Devendra is more. Second is true. First is false. May not be correct. Why? Because I don't know. May not be correct also is there. Statement A is definitely correct, but statement B may or may not be correct. Let me put it this way. I'm not sure about that. Whether ratio points scored by Gen 2 and level 2 to the points scored by 8, 9, level 5. That I can find out. Gen 2 and level 2 is how much? 80 percentage. 80% of 50 is 40. And 8 knot in level 5 is 55%. 55% of 80 is 44. 10 is to 11. The following is the highest. Points scored by Gen 2 in level 1. Points scored by Ajit in level 2. Less. Points scored by Devendra in level 5. Devendra in level 5 looks high. Bhushan in level 1. No, level 5. Level 5 is the highest weightage, 80. So, sum of the points scored by Chandru and Devendra in the 5 levels taken together is equal. Bhushan in level 3 and a mark scored by Devendra in level 4. Okay. By Chandru and maybe how much time is left now? Not seeing a time. So I can finish this. So sum of points scored by Chandru and Devendra is same. Okay, if I take these points, so Devendra has 90, 25% more in A. 25% of 40 is 10 more. L2 level 2 में Devendra has much less than Chandru. So 10, 20, 30, 40%. 40% of 50, 20 less. Devendra is 20 less. And L5, Devendra has 10, 20, 20%. 20% of 80 is 16 more. So net Devendra has 6 more. If I look at these. Now if I take this as 10 and 20, X and L3 and L4. L3, Chandru has, Devendra has 20% more. 20% of 10 is 2. Devendra has 2 more. And L4, Chandru has 20% more. 20% of 20 is 4, minus 4. This is the minus 2. So 3 times. So 3 times means this also is 30 and 60. Once you get this 30 and 60, now what is the ratio of marks scored by Bhushan in level 3? Bhushan in level 3 is 60%. 60% of 330 is 18. And Devendra in level 4. Devendra in level 4 is 60%. Well, I didn't need that. 60%, 60, 30, 1:2. I didn't need this. This is not required calculation. My mistake. Okay. Consider point. Bhushan scored more points in L4 than Chandru in L1. Here will come in there. Bhushan scored more points in L4. Bhushan in L4 and Chandru in L5. Bhushan in L4 is how much? Is 60. 60% of 60, 36. And Chandru in L5 is 45. 45% of 80. Equal it is. And A scored more points in L4. How much is A scored in L4? A scored 70%. 70% of 60. 42. And E did in 5. E did in 5 is 55% of 80. 44. So E has scored more. Neither statement is definitely correct. One is false, one is. Okay. So this data looks less compared to the first one, so I'll go with this. But our first one also was solvable, but let's solve this. And the two subject out of the five, and then compare the relative performance of all possible pair of students in those two subjects. The level of similarity between two subjects in lowest value has to be where there's contrasting. Let's say English and science. A score high, B score high, C score high. 4 में A English score high. English and geography. GS score high, GS score high in second. I think E and G will be answer. Anyway, Max and geography. Max is score a high, yeah. And science and history. 1, 2, 3. Oh, it can be science and history or English and science. Not English and science. English and geography. So 179. I'll read this data again. One student in a pair, so higher marks than the other student in the pair. Yes. English geography looks English geography. If you look at geography has 3 subjects higher and 2 subjects lower. And same way, science history has 3 subjects higher and 2 subjects lower. Both looks like this one. Just going ahead. Let's see afterwards. As was repeated for maximum number of times. Okay, let's say if you're higher in 3 subjects and lower in 2, favorable when will come only when it's opposing. 3 twos are each 3 with 2, 6 out of unfavorable. Favorable 4. 40% looks 3 2, but let's say 4 1. 4 out of low 460. How many pair of subject values exceed the value of 50% each? Sorry, 1, 2, 4. Maths, English, yes. Um, English, science, yes. English, science. Maths, science, yes. I think it is 4. 2 big to solve. Found that LOS value in French instance is 100%. French is. Oh, I think I understood what the issue first one. English is more than geography. No, geography is more than English. And science is more than history. No, I still didn't get it. Something I'm missing it. Model. 3 students of the school, Raju, Satish, and Milan, who were part of the evaluation. Where did French come and where did this one come? Let's continue the previous question. Okay, since I don't have time, I'll just go to the 16th and check out and then score higher marks than the other student in the pair. We did two answers in this, first, second, and fourth. Where am missing now? Come on, guys. What you- Go to mathematics. 15 minus a, 15 minus b. Natural numbers. Distinct natural numbers. So one has to be more, one has to be less. So if I take 15, 15, 0, 15, 14 and 16. So in that case, A and B can go from 1 to 14, 14, 28 sets. But B can go from 1 to 9 out here. If I look at C, B can go 1 to 9 and then 18 values. So B can take 18 values, can't take 10. Will be equal to C. So you can take 1 to 9, so it can take that, and it can take 11 to 18, but it can't take 15 also. So 17 values. The number of the digits of number 8 is to 1 added to get a new number. Okay, the digits of a new number added to get a new number. So this period becomes a single digit number. The final sum of the digits is 8. The value of A cannot be. It should be a multiple of 3 plus 2. Look at all the options are 3 plus 2 except 4 is the 3 plus 1. 8 is a multiple of 3 plus 2. Only 4 is a multiple of 3 plus 1. The assembly line is controlled using a digital control system. The speed of the conveyor belt at the beginning of the day remains 200 items per hour. After a lapse of every hour, the speed is reduced by a fixed percentage. It becomes 768 items per hour after 2 such reduction. At the end of the third hour, due to the reduced speed at the end of the first hour, what is the value of the increased speed? Okay, so 1200 to 768. So how much will it reduce? Look at 1200 to 768. I can use the calci, find a ratio. Not used to calci, but yeah. 768. I can directly as a divide, but it comes to 0.6. So 0.88, 80% reduction. The 80% reduction will be 240 less, 960. So answer will be 960. There are 20 students in a class whose average weight is 60 kgs. A few new students. Maximum possible average weight of a class, including these new students. And the number of new students joining numerically equal to 65 minus W. Extreme cases. Maximum we want. If person with 65 joins, there will be 0 people joining. Okay. So if person at 64, 1 person join. 63, 2% join. 63, 2 people join. So the extra value is 3 to the 6. 62 of the 2 people join, extra value is 6 divided over 22 people. So 3 upon 11. So 63 upon 11. 4.21. 6 divided over 22 people. The concept of averages. ABCD is a quadrilateral on an XY plane represented by equation X. Now this I have to draw x minus 1 plus y minus 1 equal to 2. This you can have y will be 3, x will be 1. When y is 3, x is 1. I'm just putting points which are possible. When x is 3, y is 1. When x is 3, y is 1. When 2, 2 is possible, x2, y2 is possible. So it goes like this. And 4 is not possible. So this, and then if I take minus values, if I take minus 1, plus 1 satisfies. If I take x as minus 1, y will be plus 1. And if I take y as minus 1, x will be plus 1. Similar rectangle. Find the coordinates of the point of intersection of diagonals. These are diagonals. Coordinate axis. This is point 1, 0, 1, 1, 0. Getting at C. I think this is, yeah. Poultry farm has only 2 types of birds, hens and ducks. If you multiply the number of hens with the number of ducks and add the number derived by multiplying hens and ducks, if you multiply the number of hens with the number of ducks and add it to the number of derived by multiplying number of ducks with the number of hens, the summation will be 1 less than number derived by adding the number of hens multiplied by number of hens and number of ducks multiplied by number of ducks. So h square plus d square and hd 2hd. 1 less. The farm had a total of 379 birds. How many ducks are there in the farm with more than number of hens and more number of ducks? It should be equal number. That was 380. Then each will be 190. So this is 190 and 179 because the difference is only 1. So 1 is equal to, if you look at h minus d the whole square. H minus d is 1. So hens is more than number of ducks. What is the number of ducks? Is 189. How many 3-digit? I can't put here also. This is how many digit numbers exist wherein the units place is not more than some of the other digits. 3-digit numbers exist wherein unit stage is not more than, less than equal to, then sum of the other two digits in a number. One. If I take 1, except 100, all the numbers 0, 0. So 99 numbers. If I 2, except 0, 1, 0, 0, 0, 1 and 1, 0, all the numbers. We say 97. If I take 3 can be divided into 2 by 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0. Equal to is possible number. 2, 0, 0, 2, 1, 1. 6. So how do I pattern? Let's find pattern out here. 1, 3, 6. This is how do I divide? 3, 2 in two numbers. So 0, 0 will come in all cases, 1 to 9, 9 bits. 0, 1, 1, 0 will come in 8 places. So 2 into 8. If I divide 2, 0, 1, 0, 2, 2, 0, 0, 2, 1, 1, 3 into 7, 1 into 9, 4 into 6. So these many are not possible. 6 into 4, 7 into 3, 8 into 2. I'm just checking out. In case of 9, 8. So 0, so 8. 0, 1, 2, 0, 8 to 8, 0. So 9, 16, 27, 24, 9, 16, 25, 27, 24, 51, 25, 24, 49, 21, 16, 37, and 9. And this. So this becomes 100. This becomes 150, 162, 171. This you subtract from 900. So you get 8, 7, 29. In a triangle ABC, in a triangle ABC, the three regions ED, BE, and CF, and point G are centroid. ED, BE, CF are median. And G is centroid. And AG is equal to EG plus DG. Okay. Equilateral triangles are there. ABC is definitely a equilateral triangle, but this is 2:1 ratio in an equilateral triangle. This is 1. So equal. So which means it should technically be equilateral triangle. Isosceles. No property of equilateral triangle. It's very important. But even isosceles triangle is equilateral triangle and equitriangle is equilateral triangle. It can't be right angle triangle. Go with this right now. How many factors n are even numbers? Even numbers means 2 has to be there at least one. First, break it up into prime factors. So 2 raised to 10 plus 2 raised to 11 is 2 raised to 21. Right? Then there is 5. 5 raised to 6, 5 raised to 11, 5 raised to 17. And 3 raised to 4, and 7 raised to 8. So 20 numbers of 2, because it has to be at least 21. This is 17 plus 1. This is 4 plus 1, 8 plus 1. 18 into 5, 90. Okay, 9 into 21, 189. And this becomes 9 in the 81, 72, 80, and 701. In a school, number of boys to number of girls is 10 to 11. Among the students who pass the ratio, the ratio of number of boys to the number of girls is 3 is to 4. Pass. Among those who fail, the ratio of number of boys to the number of girls is 5 is to 2. If 34 girls fail, how many boys are there in the school? 51 boys, so 17 difference. How many boys are there in the school? Ratio of number of boys to number of girls. Boys is so much. Ratio boys is 10 is to 21. From that, the people who pass boys is 3 upon 7, and number of passed here is 5 upon 7. That is allegation 21, 9, 10, 1 upon 21, 21, 15, 10, 5 upon 21. So 5 is to 1. Right? If the 5 is to 1, that means this is total 85. This will be 5 times. 5 5 is 25, 42, 425, 37. No, I'm not getting it. 3 by 7. Oh, my mistake. It should be 5 is to 2, not 3 is to 2, right? Pass and fail. My mistake. 34. So 17 5 is 85 out here. 85 plus 34 becomes 119. 15, 19. 119, 5 times. So 119 into 5, 85 already boys are there, into 3 by 7. So 7, 1 is 7, 49, 17. 17 5 is 85. 85 3 is 255. 255 plus 85, 330, 340. Against the current. The speed of the boat is increased by 16%. Its speed in the upstream so we become 100 to 116. 16 increase. 16 increase is 24%. It will happen at 66. 16 stands for 24. So original 100 stands for how much? 2/3 of this. So 66.66. So we can make out it will be 3 and, or let's say 300 and 200. Means it's against the current. Hence speed of the current is 100. So this becomes 400. 400 if I increase 16. No, 100. This becomes 133.33, or 16 increase. 133 upon 1 by 3. 399, 400 by 3. 16 into 3. 400 for 12%. Raja has been asked to write a natural number from both included and add. It means exactly one number by mistake and got erroneous result. All natural numbers 51 to 100. So average is first number plus last number 151 upon 2 into number of numbers 50. So 25 is the total. So if you multiply, it becomes 25, 125, 125, 127, 12, 3775. From 3775, you can subtract either 51 or 100. And 3675 is the minimum. You can't have 37525 because that will subtract 50. If A is the real number, A ratio 10. You can approximate it because when you say power 5, it will be much higher than 1 upon A ratio of 5. I'm just trying to figure it out. So if you add, so it will be almost 10, a little less than 10. So if you look at root 13 is 3.4, 3.5. 3.5 into 4, much more than 12. But 2 into 3.4, no, it's not 3 point, almost 4. 8 it comes to. If I look 2 root 26, 2 into root 26 is 5 point something. It is slightly more than 10. But this value is slightly more than 10 because number minus something 10. So it would be 9 point something or 10 point something minus 1 upon 10 point something will give you 10. So 10 point something plus 1 upon 10 point something will give you a little more than 10. Okay. B option is more than 10. I'm just looking at other options. 13 also looks possible. If I take 4 to the 8, no, 13 not possible. Second option 4 to 13, 4 into 3.8. Too high. So yeah, I'll take it as this. For any natural number n, suppose the sum of the first n terms of arithmetic progression. Sum of the first n terms of an arithmetic progression. So first term, 1 plus 3, 4. I'm just trying to figure it out. But that will not be AP if I take. Anyway, 2 square, 4 plus 6, 10. So second term will be 6. Then 3 square, 9 plus 9, 18. So 8. So 4, 6, 8 as such. Okay. N term of the progression, this is by 7. 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. Sixth term. Just confirm the 4. No? 4 square 16, 12, 28. Yeah, 10. Recommend Raju makes 450 ml of pure water with 50 ml of probably mixing X ml solution with 100 ml of nitric acid. So 450 and 50. You remove 1/5. What is left is 45. Here left is 405. No, here remove 1/5. Now 1/5 is 10 he removed. 40 remaining. 40, 20%. When 90 removed. 90 removed becomes 360. And mixing, then it replaces, okay, X ml solution with 100. So X we don't know, sorry. Then after properly mixing, again it replaces Y ml solution with 100 ml pure water. Ratio P to N here will be 3 to 10. P to nitric acid. P is here and nitric acid is 3 to 10. But this is 100. So this should be 30. If this is 30, that means you should remove 20. 40% should remove. 40% of 500 is 200 removed first. So second and third option. And next, since we removed 20 percentage, 180 removed, 180, 270, 270 and 30. So it's 270, 30 and 100. Nitric acid in final solution. Nitric acid is this 12.5 percentage. So he removed, now that is 400. If we remove 200, it is 50 out of 300. Not possible. If we remove 300, it becomes 25 out of 200. 1/8, that's it. 300 removed, second case. And their respective constant rates are connected to a tank. Only when the tank is completely empty, both the pipes are kept open for 4 hours. Let's just see the time. 13 minutes left. Okay. Well, long sum. I want to. Indian outlet pipe operating in respective constant rate are connected to a tank on Sunday morning where the tank is completely empty. Both the pipes are kept open for 4 hours. At the end of the 4 hours, some amount of water is left in the tank because of the inlet pipe has X% more capacity. Both pipes are similarly kept open every day up to Friday for 4 hours. On Saturday, only the outlet pipe is kept open for 4 hours and the tank emptied completely at the end of the 4 hours. What is the value of X? At 50,000 not required. X, so what it last is 4 in 4 hours. Okay. The whole thing I think takes Monday to Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 6 into 4, 24. Look, what it does in 4 hours empties, they fill in 24 hours. That means capacity is 1/6 more. (16 2/3% looks like around. What is the value of X? The value is not important. Percentage is asked. Because 16 2/3% more. Yeah. Sunday to Friday. On Sunday morning, 6 days, 1 day empty. In acute angle triangle PQR, PS and QT are drawn. PS and QT are drawn. QPR is 30. And measuring the PQR is A, let's say. What is altitudes PS and QT are drawn. QPR is 30 and PQR PS upon QT. You can assume the acute angle triangle. I am not comfortable with sine and cos. My problem is that. So sine alpha, if I take 60, I can't take because I come right angle triangle. But it satisfy any triangle. So let's say I take 30, 60, 90 triangle. I'm just taking it 60, 30, 90 triangle. So this is PS. This is QT. So this is 1, this is root 3. Cyber 30, cyber 60. So PS upon QT is root 3 upon 1. Alpha is 60. So what is sine 60? Root 3 upon 2. Sine 60 is root 3 upon 2. Twice of that will give you root 3 upon 1. So 2 should be first option. Is going to be a right angle triangle. Should work on any triangles. Intercity buses run between Pune and Mumbai at an interval of every 24 minutes and run at a speed of 50 kilometers per hour. After Michael traveling, two consumer buses coming from Mumbai overtakes him at an interval of 40 minutes. He is traveling. There is 40 minutes he travels. But the bus is 24 minutes gap. The bus is 24 minutes gap. Suppose he overtakes him. Now this bus is 24 minutes behind, but it takes 24 minutes to come out here, plus 16 minutes more to overlap, right? So when this one travels 2, bus will travel 5. So ratio of the speed is 5:2. Bus and if you go in opposite direction, 5:2. Once he travels, he is 24 minutes behind. Okay, but 7, right? He travels 2, he travels 5. Okay. So 7 stands for 24, 5 stands for how much? So 5/7 of 24, 120 upon 7, 17 1 upon 7. Number of integer solution. If I take 1, I'm just seeing the time now. 8 minutes have I solved everything so far? Yeah. 4 questions are there. So let me skip this. So number of integer solutions 1. To get 1, the base has to be 1. Or minus 1 for power. 49. 7 is possible, but if I take 7, 5 tens are 50. Numerator becomes x plus 10 into x minus 5. If I take 7, 7 plus 10, 17, 7 minus 5, minus 2. So minus 7 satisfies. Power can be 0. How can power be 0? When x is 5 and x is 10, minus 10. Integer solution 3. Getting 3 solutions, but problem is difficult to check. Getting a saving in 3 different investment scheme, all under simple interest. The amount earned in the first scheme is 12% per annum for 5 years. Equal to amount earned in the second scheme at 15% per annum for 4 years. On the third scheme at 10% per annum for 3 years. So here you want 60%, here you want 60%, here you want 30%. But amount are the same, so this will be double of this. 2:1:1. Percentage of the saving third scheme will be 25%. Find a value of log 7 to the base 3. I don't know right now. We'll go back. We'll come back. Last one. A family of 3 members. The ratio of the age of the father son are 5:4. When the son was born, father 6 years later, the ratio becomes 6:5. Will the ratio of the ages of mother and son be 3:1? This is 6 years, but this is one difference. So 1 becomes 6 times. So everything becomes 6 times. So 6 times, so mother is 24 years when the son is born. To make it difference of 24 to 12 years. 36 and 12, 3:1. After how many more years? 12 years. Can't submit the test, but this save and next. One sum is left, so let's finish that off. I don't know how to solve this. The problem is that log find a value 7 3 7 is 1 point something. Log of 7 to the base 3 is 1 point something, and log to the base 3 to 1 point something 1 is 0. Will be something on 0 point something 2. 2 3 something. Okay, let's try to solve it anyway. We don't have time. Log of 3 to the base 7, let's say equal to k. So k raised to, this will go reverse, log 3 7 upon 2. 3 goes that side, so log 7 is equal to, log 7 is equal to no, that way doesn't work. 1 point something whole power. It's 1.8 whole power 2 is to 1.8 log 3 to 1.8. One, no, 7 I'm writing, but I'm not sure. I'm getting approximate 7 as the answer. As I said, I'm not sure. Let's see what kind. 1 minute. Let me still continue seeing. Others, I don't have an issue. Use 1.8 for the number. Because log 10 will be, no, log 3 to the base 3 is 1. Sorry. Log 9 is 2. So this is summing 7, 1.8, let's say. This goes up log 3. Again, log of 0, log of 3 is 1, log of 1 is 0. 1.8 log will be graph. 0.5, 0.6, 0.6, 3 cube, 1.8 cube, 3 point. Yeah, so I finished with the test. So let me just go over it. Technically, okay in the performance because again it was a live session online. I'm not sure about how it went. I know English I goofed up because my understanding of the passages were not very great. Technically, I normally understand the passage better, but this time I couldn't understand the passage that well. As far as DLR concerned, um, yes, I mean, 3 sets is what I would rather say. Normally, I have but again, the online session, so I'm okay with the 2 sets which I solved. Quant was decent. I mean, quant I could understand and solve. That's what I say. But I'm not sure how it went. Okay, that was how my score was. Um, I'll go with a review of a test in terms of what I did, how I did. Couldn't talk too much during the test. So as I said, marks are quite. DRI goofed up a bit. Quant I did fine, but again I thought I was getting the answers. I didn't get the answers. Verbal expected. As I said, I'm not explaining too much of verbal. DLR is where I goofed up very badly. Online, not a cup of tea with regards to DLR. But yeah, Quant was okay. Yeah. To go for my test review. Okay, how did I go about test reviews? 46 scores. So let me go to performance. Is this? Can I go to question level analytics or self-improvement analysis? One. Let me just see how do I go to questions. I have going somewhere. Another test. Okay, what I'll do is I'll first analyze the con because that's where I'm more comfortable with, and then maybe I'll come with the other sections as such. So technically, my okay, this is jumbled up. If I don't know how it went. 729 show answer 780. Okay, 3-digit numbers existed wherein the unit digit not more than the sum of the other digits of the number. So theta is where in these type of questions becomes very difficult to get through the values, and you could go wrong. I mean, I did this 1 into 2, I think 2 into 3, 3 into 4, 5 into 6, but I missed out some of the numbers. I mean, there was reverse also which was there, so I missed out. What I missed in my calculation. 1 into 2 was what I got. Theta question in this, whenever there's a calculation involved, I think it's better to do in the second round because there's a higher chance of going wrong. This was equilateral triangle satisfies, but it could be all the other triangles as well. That's what I believed it to be. I mean, I thought their two sides should have been equal. If you look at, they said two values are equal. 3 medians and point G. This is equal to this plus this. So if we take this 2, this becomes 1 and 1. It becomes equilateral triangle. But yes, it could be isosceles, could be anything. Fundamentally, I was wrong. Look, in this, what I'm trying to do is I was trying to solve fast and trying to finish the paper. So even if my accuracy is a little bit low, I still will be able to get. Normally in these sums, what I do, I mark the answers and come back in the later part for reviewing purpose if I have the time. Normally I have time to treat or whatever time I have. So in whichever questions I get confused, I normally come back to it. 3 investment schemes. So this I thought was easy. 50, oh yeah, 1:1:2 is what I got. So the amount of investment in last scheme was 2 out of 4, which is 50%. It's simple calculation. Remember when I solved, if you look at the, or did I cancel the one more? I canceled the one more. Okay. If I look at the calculation, I did 1:1:2. This is the most common mistake I do. I get the answer and then I do one. So I got the answer as 1:1:2. It should have been 2 out of 4, which is 50%. I marked it as 25%. Here I got 3 answers for 1 I missed. The problem with this is number of phases, you can always miss out 1. So I got 5 and 7 and I got okay 7 because of -7 I missed. So -7 also would have given me the answer because yeah. So yeah, There's always chance of missing in this number, so can't help that. I'm not this anywhere in the answer was 9. Okay, so I don't know how to solve this. I'm skipping this anyway. So, but log, oh, there's a formula involved which is there. I'm not aware about this. I'll have to go to this again. We'll come back to it later. And 19th, which is 6. So 5 and 4 become 6 and 5 after 6 years. So everything multiplied with 6. The difference is 1. Ages of the father and mother is, so it becomes 6 for the 24 when son is born. 36. Yeah, x is 6 I got. Initially mother is 24 that I got. How many more years? Oh, this is where I again the same mistake. So after 6 years later he was this one, and then more years is there. So we have to calculate this more years from that 6 years. So I got 12 as right. But this 12 is not from the start they have said, but 12 is from the after 6 years. This is what I got. So two silly mistakes, absolutely silly, which I got the answer, but I marked it wrong, which is normally what happens in the exam. And one I didn't know how to solve. The log one, I didn't know how to solve. This counting error, again that 729 is a counting error. The second concept. So two conceptual mistakes, two counting errors, and two was got the answer but marked. So that's what the con section is. Otherwise, I was able to go at a normal, fair enough speed. I thought if I had just and just always think about how could I avoided the error? Would I have avoided this error? Maybe this I could have come back and calculated counting one which was there. I could have come back after the test and then counted it, because there's always a chance when you go fast in a test you miss out on some values. Also, you got two values, you don't know whether there will be no value. So those two numbers which have been counting error, I should have done it in the last with enough time. This was a conceptual mistake. I didn't know how to solve it. Two conceptual mistakes, log and this one. So I need to maybe brush up on my logs and this one concepts. And this was reading, but this errors I have always been making. I mean, always some I get the answer but I mark it wrong. So two sums, I should have read the question. So next time when I solve, I should read the question once more before I mark the answer. It doesn't take the last line. After how many more? I mean, be careful of the more. And for example, in RCs, I should always make a mistake in no. So here, no is where, and here too I got 112 and then I marked 25%. If I just confirm the answer, I would have got it right. Okay, this is with regards to font. As far as DLR is concerned, fine. I didn't do the first one. I don't know how easy or tough it was. But yes, where did I go? 6 to 7 true. This anyway got right. How many tracks? Wait, where am I? Which am I solving? 6. So 6 I got it right. 7, 30%. This somewhere I went wrong because of not able to get through it. Why was it that? Let me just check it out. I'll just glance through it once. So, oh, Dave, you do not calculate all this. So I thought it was not required. Favorable, unfavorable. So English and Maths, if I take, there'll be 7 favorable, 3 unfavorable. Is it? So how did I have to take? So English and Maths, if I take two students, okay. So I can take A is A, B, C, D. Now, if I understand, you need not actually look at the sum, but you could get the answer without calculating it. Somewhere I've gone wrong in understanding the sum. I have read a following. English and Maths. Ayush and Bhavesh. Both the students in a pair score equal marks in both the subjects. Okay. If one student in a pair scores more or less marks in both the subjects than the other student in a pair, this is considered favorable. So one student scores more or less marks in both subjects than the other student in the pair. Okay, then this is considered favorable pair. Similarly, both the students of the pair score equal marks in both the subjects. Okay, favorable. On the other hand, one student of pair scores higher marks than the other student of pair, less in the other subject, it is considered as unfavorable. Pair of subjects is as follows. My interpretation of this question is comparatively different of what I still didn't understand what they are doing. I will still see. A If I look at A versus B, what they have done is, where is English A come, Max A, B, B. If you look at A versus B, A is more than B, so favorable. A is more than B, so favorable A. Science, A is less than B, so B. Okay, so A is favorable, B is unfavorable. And C, A and C are usually C. What is C? I missed something completely out here, so I'm not understood a sum. Oh, I didn't read the first part? No, I read. No, so something has completely gone wrong out here. So I don't know what it is. I'll go to it again and make out. Not able to make out right now. SSG Trackers 4 was so this was set where I got 2 wrong and 2 correct. 6 given period. So 4, 5, 6, 16. Oh, I did a mistake out here. AN was more than AD, and at the same time it was more than AS. It should be the same. 6 at least arranged by AN, and as the maximum minimum values are the same 6. Wait, I'll go last set. I'll just glance through it. Here I got all correct except the one which I marked without calculating. What can be said about the 2 students? The answer here is definitely correct. Yeah, I got first correct. Second, I was not sure. I didn't want to calculate it, so I marked A. Should have taken it last time and calculated. But okay, it's fine. Perfectly all right. I'm not getting into further thing. And last is verbal. As expected, 17. I'll just see generally what. Okay, my parajumbles are not. One out of 3 is correct. Fill in the blanks, as I said, both are correct. So fill in the blanks is normally I'm strong at, so I mark both. So I got them correct. And this language mobility, I marked the last para summary. I got it correct because I understood from the start that it was not first and second. From third and fourth, then I checked it out. I got it correct. So 3 out of 8, no, 4 out of 8, which is good. That means my RC was bad. So I was not able to comprehend the RC as well. First RC, 1 correct. Second RC, 3 correct. 4 RC, 2 correct. And 4 RC, 1 correct. So that means in 2 of the RCs, I've just got 1 correct. So I've been badly in RC. As I said, my reading is not up to a mark. I have to read more to just be able to do well with regards to reading. Understand it? Learning from this whole, this one, reading is extremely important as far as English is concerned. If you don't do anything else apart from reading, you will still do well in the exam. You can easily score 95, 99 percentile if you read from now on till the examination time. I have goofed up very badly in verbal purely because my reading habit has been bad. If you look at my RCs has been absolutely poor, and that is because of my reading habit. I have not been reading. If I read, yes, I'll definitely improve. As I said, I scored more than 99% also in verbal in the exam. But those are the days when I read regularly before the exam. So then the scores push up. So that twice I've scored more than 99.9 in verbal, and that is purely because of reading. D I am normally strong at, as I said, I scored much better in the exams. In this exam, I'm not done well, not been able to, one to have completely interpreted wrongly, and yeah, somewhere the paper, I don't know, I'm like finding excuses, but yeah, somewhere I'm not used to writing on an online platform. Quant, I thought I did well. I mean, though I did wrong, 6 errors are too many. 4 errors are fine. Normally, I do that 3 to 4 errors, which are common for this one. In the actual exam, also, I do solve everything. I do something on 2 to 3 errors, which are common. Simple mistake. I get the answer, mark it wrong. I don't know how to correct it. I know how to correct it as a matter of fact, but feeling lazy to do it. Way to correct it is before marking the answer, just read the question once to just see you're marking it right. If I had done that, maybe I could have got 2 of them right. But yes, I'm clearly okay with the con section. But if you look at the way I do the con section, I don't write too many equations in this one. I just try to solve as far as possible mentally and try to solve it logically by eliminating option and getting the answer. Sometimes when I have no idea about what I'm going across, I try to eliminate options and try to mark one of the two and try to figure out how to go about it. I think I have, let me see if I can access the chat. If I can, I will do it. 1 minute. My Can I access the chat? Yeah, fine. I think anyone has. I'm not sad because I got 6 question con. I'm generally happy with the question, but I mean that is fine. Fine. I will wind up here. Any questions, any queries, you can always get back to me, and we'll hopefully help. Anyone has questions, feel free to ask. If not, then we'll wind up over here. Okay. Cool. Vivek, you're asking something, but I'm not able to get through what. But okay. So we will stop here. I think the moderators can take over. Can I stop sharing and then you can go ahead? Yeah, what to read? You can read anything that you enjoy reading. Spend half the time on something that you enjoy reading and half the time on topics which you're not comfortable. That's what I would say reading. You can read novels, magazine for half the time, like whatever you like reading. Read. You have to enjoy your reading. And other half the time you can read something that you find something a little difficult, but you'd want to read. That's how it goes. Right? Fine. Yeah. Thank you, everyone, and good night, and see you in the next. Level of difficulty of VRC, I don't know. I didn't get it because so I think the level of difficulty was higher in this. So difficult. IMS is known to make little difficult verbal sections, and this was difficult. So last one, the verbal was difficult. So how to improve QA? Uh, it depends on where you stand. If you're getting less marks, then focus QA with regards to your strong areas. I mean, get your strong areas in place. I mean, if I'm getting a single digit score, then focus on areas that you're strong at. If you're getting high scores and you want to further improve, then focus on methods of solving. I mean, trying to get better methods and better way of solving, that would help you better. Right? I mean, what you focus on will be depending on your scores and where you stand as such. I hope that answers this query. Yeah, so we'll wind up. I hope everything was shared. Yeah, we'll wind up here.